While we waiting to start, what do you see in this picture? What do you see? I know everybody will probably see something totally different. What do you see in this picture? What you see, I may not see. What I see, you may not see. What do you see in the painting? A face. And just like we all have a face, we all have features. We're not the same. We don't look the same. We all have our own originality. We are all flawed. We have flaws. We all have like a little attitude, our own creativity, and our own story. There's a lot of things that we have. Our characteristics of this painting. Believe it or not, we ourselves to someone else, we could be a painting, a beautiful painting. And I feel that we are our own artists. Even though we didn't create ourselves, God created us, made us in his own image, but I feel that I am my own artist. You are your own artist. In this picture, there are lines, there are curves, there are shapes, there are different tones, different colors, patterns, forms. I'm talking about the painting, and it has a lot to do with us. Texture. It's all a part of art. Just like in a person, we are our own self, individual. We have parts, different parts of our personality. We have different personalities, different behaviors that express who we are, just like the painting. It kind of pops out at you because of the colors, kind of draws you in. A lot of us, we have that kind of attitude that when people see us, it kind of draws them in because they like what they see, the way we carry ourselves, the way we look, the way we treat people. We have our own expressions. We're our own person. Yes, it is. It is pretty. It's colorful. It kind of draws you in. And just like ourselves, we are active. We determine. Some people are lazy. It's a different characteristics. Some are loyal. Some are funny, mean, loving, generous, friendly. There's so many different characteristics. Some are outgoing. Some people are greedy, want everything for themselves. There's different characteristics. Anything else you see in this picture? Mostly paintings has a story. It tells a story. I feel like we all have a story. Every picture has a story. The artist that painted this picture had a story. We don't know what that story is. This painting also has a voice. We don't hear it, but by looking at it, it kind of tells us something. I think it has a voice too for the silent. A lot of people can't hear, but they can see. And some can't see, but they can hear. And we can tell, we can kind of the ones that can hear that can't see, we can kind of what you want to say, tell the story about a picture that they can't see. And the way to tell them is make it kind of exciting, something that they'll be interested in. They can hear it. They still have their senses of hearing. They may can't see. But the way we explain the picture to make it exciting to them, just think about also, like I said, a painting tells a story from the artist's eyes. We all have a story to tell. It's like a painting. It's original, no copies. We are original. There's no copy. Like I said earlier, every painting has flaws. We have flaws. This painting right here has a flaw in it. To someone eyes, but I think it's a beautiful picture. And just think, none of us, we could have a twin, right? And we both have flaws. We are unique, own personality, and we have a personal ID, which is our fingerprint. No one else have one like it. There's no copy. Like I said earlier, the painting has eyes. When we see the picture, we see a picture of a lady's face with eyes. But I think, for me, I think every picture has eyes. And the eyes says a lot. And believe it or not, our eyes, by us looking at it, we can tell the story. The artist is telling the story through his or her eyes. And we can tell the story by looking at it. But guess what? Everybody that's watching now, everybody in the chat, the story is not going to be the same. Tanya is looking at it, and the story that she has in her mind is not going to be the same as Tashana. It's not going to be the same. My story is not going to be the same as Just Living or Taylor. It's not going to be the same. Because we don't see things the same way. We don't see the things the same way. Our description of this painting or any other painting, it brings so much color, excitement. It can bring someone joy just by looking at it. It catches our attention. And just say you're describing this painting to someone that can't see. Your words that you use makes them so excited. It's like they can feel what you're talking about just from the way you're describing this picture. And the effects of it be just like they can see it for themselves. Believe it or not. This picture also has like a mood. We all have moods. This picture has a mood. This painting, it has a mood. The tone, the tone of the picture has like it could be like a lightness or darkness. It's according to what colors are used, sets the tone. The texture, as far as like the canvas, like you're feeling something. It kind of goes with how you feel inside and out, if you know what I mean. The texture has a lot to do with feelings, the expressions, our expressions. Can you see the expression in the picture? How does the expression look to you? A lot of times people's expression is according to how they feel or what they're feeling at that time. The painting itself shows expression. The colors used in the painting conveys the mood and the emotion. It conveys the mood and the emotion. Just like our body, the way we convey to each other, it can show our mood and our emotions. I'm giving y'all time to think what's the most important element in this painting? What's the most important element in the painting that you see in front of you? Anybody? What's the most important element in the painting? What draws your attention? You say the movement. That's one of them, but what's the most important? What catches your eye? The face. That's one of them. But the most important element in the painting that catches your eye. That's one of them. Face is one of them. What's the number one? When you're looking at a painting, exactly the color. Yep, the colors. That's the first thing that catches your eye. It's like bold, it's bright, it's colorful. A lot of times, people say the eyes tell the story. The eyes tell a lot. That's just like when we sitting here and we having a conversation with your friends, you face to face, eye to eye, and you all talking, and you ever have somebody you talking to, and you ask them a question, they can't look at you face to face. Eye contact has a lot to do with it. They won't look at you. But in this picture, it seems like you can look straight into the eyes. It's like mesmerized. Look straight in the eyes. And I always say eyes tell a lot. You can be sitting there smiling, but your eyes is saying something else. The color catches the eyes, the color sets the tone, the artist tells the story, because the artist is the one that paints the picture. I'm going to say it again. The artist paints the picture. We paint our picture. That's where I see things. We paint our picture. We all have a different picture, a different painting. And each painting tells a story. Now, some of our stories may be almost alike, but a lot of times it's not just alike. You know what I mean? Some of my story, pieces of my story, could be your story, and vice versa. That's just like somebody could be going through something, and some of the similar things that they're going through, you've been through, and you can help them. Or they can help you. And our painting is just a metaphor. Our painting, our body, ourself, our characteristics, that's us, our being. The viewers, people that's looking at us, they don't know exactly what we're going through, but they're going by what they see, but they don't really know. They're just going by what they see. Just by looking at this picture, we're going by what we see. Kind of make you wonder, what was the artist thinking about when he painted this picture? What was he thinking? It's how the viewer sees the painting in their own eyes. That's why I said we're not going to see the same thing in any painting. We're not going to see the same thing. So I have a question. This painting draws you in. What do you see in this painting? What do you actually see in the painting? We're going to forget about the face. What else do you see? else do you see in the painting? Looks like the wind is blowing. A fish with its mouth open. Is that what you see? Anything else? It says a brown arm and a hand. It looks like she may have kind of look like a reflection behind her. To me, she looks serious. She looks very serious. The hand could be the reason why the fish has, yep, its mouth open. Could be. Could be. Isn't it funny how that's just like looking at a person? Someone else can see something good in this person. Someone else can see something odd. Nobody's going to see the same thing. It looks like she might have brown hair from the looks of it. Taylor said yes. Her lips kind of look small. Taylor said, I get it. Yeah. So we're not going to see the same thing. Okay. Just a little. And it looks like, too, it's like it has a whole bunch of paint on it and it's covering up the face. So you really can't see the face. And see, a lot of time, too, we go through a lot and we cover up. So it looks like she has, how would you say, she's overpainted. She has a cover up. Can't really see her ears. I just saw this. I said, oh, this is a weird picture, but it's unique. It's very unique. I said, we are all unique. None of us are the same. A lot of times we don't think the same. We don't see things the same way. Even though we all see the same picture, but we see it in a different way. We see it in a different way. So I want to thank everybody for coming. This is going to be a short live, but in closing, I just want to read something. In one dimension, God creates by making or constructing things and entities. In the other dimension, he creates by doing a performing. He performs rather than making. His creations are characterized by a newness that is unpredictable, unforeseeable, is valuable, transformable, and lasting. Okay, Ecclesiastes 2 and 10. For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. We are all a part of art. Very unique. Exactly, Tanya. The artwork is very unique. I feel we are artwork. God created us all. We are all unique. We're all different. We are a masterpiece. Don't you think you're a masterpiece? We all have flaws, but we are unique in our own way. I appreciate everybody for coming. I hope you kind of understand what I was talking about the picture, about ourselves, about this image. The weekend is coming up. In a few hours, it'll be Friday. Hope everybody have a blessed and safe weekend. I enjoyed you guys. And thank you so much for your love and support. And blessings, everybody. If you want to, you can put the word blessings. It'll drop your link. And I'll wait a few minutes if you all want to connect.